Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if it's your first time here, thanks for joining. I'm Amr Saber, and today's day one of my 30-day lockdown challenge, where I'm going to be working on bettering my mindset and getting myself out of this little slump that I've been in over the last little while due to these COVID-19 lockdowns and restrictions. If you've also been suffering through COVID-19 lockdown stress and depression, and you want to break the cycle, then you're going to want to follow along to these 30-day lockdown challenge videos. Every single day, I'll be releasing a new video giving you tips, tricks, and techniques that are going to help you live a better life. Today being day one of my 30-day lockdown challenge, the first thing I needed to do was get myself set up for success. And I was able to do it in 3 simple steps. So let's jump right in. I'll show you what I've done. Remember when your parents or teachers used to tell you, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail? Well, they weren't lying to you. So many of us set goals that simply never come to fruition. We either make the goal and never get started, or we do actually get started. We don't make very much progress, and then a few short weeks later, we end up quitting. What happens when we don't end up achieving a goal that we've set our mind to is we feel like failures. We feel discouraged, and we don't want to set any new goals because we just feel like we're going to fail at those too. It can really put us into a negative mindset and trigger our life to go into a negative spin. Remember that success breeds success, and failure breeds further failure. And that's part of the reason I've been in this rut for the last little while. I haven't had very many successes in my life. There hasn't been much progress going on. But that's all about to change. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I've set up my month using a simple 3-step system that will ensure I stay on track and I'm achieving my goals. 1. Setting goals. 2. Setting activities. And 3. To-do lists and schedules. So let's get started. 1. Setting goals. So the first thing I had to do to get organized was set some goals for myself. I picked 5 different areas in my life that I wanted to improve on: physical health, mental health, family and relationships, better eating, and learning a new skill set. Now for you, it may only be 2 or 3 things, or who knows, maybe it's 17, whatever it may be. Just decide on the areas of your life that you want to make improvement, write them down, and let's go set some goals. Now on a slight side note, you heard me say, write down the things you want to get accomplished. Now this is a very important step. Dr. Gail Matthews, professor of psychology at the Dominican University of California, did a study on productivity, and she found something very interesting. As humans, we are 42% more likely to achieve our goals simply by writing them down. So I made sure that I wrote down all of the things that I wanted to work on over the next 30 days, and I'm going to be reviewing them every single day. Another reason many of us don't achieve goals that we set out is that they're simply too vague. You know, I want to be healthier, or I want to make more money. Sure, technically those are goals, but without much structure, they're not going to get you very far. So I used a strategy called SMART goals to set myself up for success. But what are SMART goals, you may ask, and how are they any different? Well, let me show you. SMART goals are simply better defined goals that make it extremely clear on what it is we have to do. So as an example, one of the things I wanted to work on was my physical health. So I could say, I want to lose weight. Or I could say, I want to lose 5 pounds over the next 30 days. See the difference? Each letter in the acronym SMART stands for a specific element in this goal-setting strategy. The S stands for specific. This part of the SMART goal system refers to being very clear and specific about what it is you want to get done. Define your goal in simple, direct terms that make it very clear on what it is you have to do, and leave no room for vagueness. The M stands for measurable. This refers to how you can tell you've made progress and how much more progress you still need to make to accomplish your goal. So for my goal of losing 5 pounds over the next 30 days, is that measurable? Yes, absolutely. I can simply step on a scale, measure how much weight I've lost from the previous week, and figure out how much weight I still need to lose in order to achieve my goal. The A in SMART stands for achievable. This part of the SMART goal refers to how tangible your goal is and how realistic it is for you to hit it. You know you have achievable goals if you have realistic time frames set to each specific step and the goal overall, and that the steps themselves that you need to take in order to achieve your goal are also within your means. They're not too large. You don't want your goals to be too lofty, or we get overwhelmed and probably never end up starting. So going back to my weight loss example, losing 5 pounds over 30 days is very achievable. Now, had I said I want to lose 50 pounds over the next 30 days, that still would have satisfied the first 2 elements of the SMART goal strategy. It's specific and it's measurable, but it definitely would have failed this test. Losing 50 pounds in 30 days is just not realistic for anyone. But losing 5 pounds, now that can be done. The R stands for relevant. This refers to how the goal aligns with your core values and your overall larger life goals. So for my example of physical health, losing 5 pounds is definitely going to make me look a little bit better, feel a bit better, and give me a boost of confidence. All three of those things are going to contribute to me getting out of my slump and getting back on track with my productive life. So definitely relevant. The last letter in the SMART acronym is T, and it stands for time bound. This refers to the amount of time you plan on taking to achieve your goal. You don't want to leave it open-ended. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a bunch of goals that you'll get to one day. And you don't want to make the time frame too short either, because you can take a perfectly good goal and make it unrealistic simply because you haven't given yourself enough time to get it done. So for my weight loss example, losing 5 pounds, it is time bound because I've given myself 30 days to do so. And that's how you use SMART goals. So I've gone ahead and applied this SMART goal strategy to all 5 areas of my life that I'm going to be working on over the next 30 days. I've already shared the physical health one with you, and I'll put the other 4 in the description box below in case you want to check them out. Step 2. Setting activities. The second thing I needed to do to get myself organized for my 30-day lockdown challenge was set activities against my goals. Activities are what I like to call the specific actions or tasks that you need to do in order to achieve your goal. So let's stick with my physical health example. I said I wanted to lose 5 pounds in 30 days. But what do I need to do to get there? I need to set specific activities that I'm going to do day in and day out that will all add up to me hitting my goal. I'm going to use a combination of cardio exercise, resistance training or weight training, as well as improved nutrition. My tasks are going to be as follows. Run outside for 30 minutes 3 times a week. Lift weights 3 times a week. I'm going to be using a simple program that one of my personal training buddies put together for me, and a few weights I have laying around the house. And 3, eat 2,000 calories per day, focusing on whole foods while minimizing processed foods and sugars. Combining these 3 activities with consistency will ensure I stay on track and hit my goals. The third and final step in getting myself organized for my 30-day lockdown challenge was to set up to-do lists and schedules, so I knew exactly what I needed to do with each day and I wouldn't waste any time. I wanted to make sure my day was simple, eliminate any guesswork, and really minimize procrastination. In our last step, I broke down my SMART goals into specific activities. Now in this step, I need to take these activities and plug them into a to-do list. I tried my best to group similar activities together so I could create some sort of workflow and take advantage of momentum. So that's it, folks. That's basically everything I did to get myself organized for my 30-day lockdown challenge, where I'm going to be working on bettering my mindset and getting myself out of this slump. Remember, the key is to keep things simple so that we can develop great habits and routines, and progress can happen on autopilot. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you found it helpful, hit that like button. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the future videos. Tomorrow's video, morning routines.